Hey guys, it's me, Roberta the Jamaican, coming to you for the first time. My first time doing my YouTube vlog. Hope you enjoy it. Talk to you guys soon. Hi guys, it's me, Roberta the Jamaican. Wagwan. Today is my first vlog for being a Jamaican and letting you guys know that I am a true Jamaican. And I will be passing some more information along to you guys about my journey as a Jamaican. But just a little short story. I've been traveling to Jamaica and vacationing to Jamaica since 2000. So for 20 years I've been traveling to Jamaica, and I've lived in Jamaica as a local. I've been a tourist in Jamaica, and now I am a Jamaica travel specialist. So I'm a travel agent, and I book trips for all over the world, including the United States, but I specialize in Jamaica because I know that island so well, and I love it, and I know places that the booking engines can't send you to have a good time and go on some different exotic excursions and learn some different things about the culture and the food in Jamaica. So I got to be a traveler. I'm also a travel agent and specialize in Jamaica as well. And I will be giving you guys a little bit of tidbits of my journey. When I say my journey as a Jamaican, I will be moving to Jamaica. Hopefully by this time next year I will be settled in. And I will take you guys on that journey. But for now, I want to do my first vlog so that you guys will know who I am, help me out along my journey, and just feel my vibe and understand how I became a Jamaican and how I love being a Jamaican, and I love their food. I'm at my condo in the Metro Detroit area in Michigan. So it's snowing, it's cold outside, and I was invited to my son's house for Christmas dinner, so I went there for dinner. And I had previously started to marinate some oxtails that my son brought me as a Christmas gift for Christmas. I've been craving some oxtails, and they're extremely expensive here in the Metro Detroit area right about now. That little pack just for me was like $16. And I think it's like 2 or 3 big oxtails in there and a couple small ones. But oxtails are extremely expensive here, and to go to a Jamaican restaurant and get some authentic Jamaican oxtails from the Jamaicans that cook it here, it's about $25 for a plate. Being that I am planning to move to Jamaica, eventually I need to save every dime I can wherever I can. So that being said, I have this taste for some Jamaican food. So I want some oxtail, obviously. So I'm going to show you guys how my Jamaican husband, I am married to a Jamaican, but we're no longer together, but he did show me how to cook some Jamaican dishes and basically took me over that entire island, so I do thank him for that. But I'm going to show how I cook Jamaican oxtails and what I've learned from him in cooking Jamaican oxtails. So since you guys see that I've already have my oxtails marinated, let me take the plastic off so you guys can get a close up look. So they're all nice and marinated, and they've been marinating since Christmas Eve, so for about 3 or 4 days. So yum, they're nicely marinated in the seasoning. Now I'm going to quickly show you guys the seasonings that I use to marinate my oxtail. I use a little bit of Worcestershire, about 1.5 tablespoons or 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire. And I'm gonna put this stuff back up in the cabinet, guys, because it's everywhere. I got this from Jamaica. It's called browning, and it's basically sugar that's been browned, but they use it to brown their meat in Jamaica. So put a little browning in there, maybe a tablespoon, because it gets extremely dark. Something else I get from Jamaica is the all-purpose seasoning. So all-purpose seasoning goes on there as well. And oxtail seasoning. I was actually able to find this in the international aisle at the Kroger's that's out here near me. So I use my oxtail seasoning. And onion powder. This one is garlic powder. So I use both of those. As well as seasoning. I like my crushed black pepper. My Himalayan salt, which is good for you, especially people that want to get away from the iodized white table salt. So I use my Himalayan salt. That's a little bit different than what they use in Jamaica. And I cut up scallions. These are going in fresh, but I cut up scallions. Sweet peppers, they call them, or green peppers, as we have them here. And onion and thyme. I have my own little garden here where I grow my own herbs and some vegetables that I'm gonna go over and grab some thyme right now. Give me just a moment. So grab a few sprigs of thyme because I'm going to add these all again to the pot. Even though they have been marinating with the oxtails, I'm going to add them some fresh because I like a little bit of a crunch to my veggies sometimes. And I've cut up oxtail carrots. That's about 2 medium-sized carrots, just cut up into little discs about a 1/2 inch thick or so. You'll need a can of butter beans or pinto beans. You can buy them in a can, or you can buy them in a bag and do the pre-soak thing. I just get them in a can because it's easier, and I kind of rinse them off too. I don't like that juice that's in there. Coconut milk. I'm going to be making rice and peas, but my peas are going to be what we used to grow in our backyard in Jamaica instead of the traditional pinto beans that Jamaicans use. So in this little container is some coconut milk. Is just some extra coconut milk, but yeah, that'll go in with the rice and peas. And also what I was able to find up here at the Kroger International aisle was what they call, some people call them pigeon peas. In Jamaica, they call them gunga peas. So, and they do have it on the can there as gunga peas as well. Right here, gunga peas. So these actually grow. We grew tons of them in the backyard, and we'll sit and pop them like your grandmother used to have you doing the green beans. We pop these and get the beans out, and they're good as the peas for rice and peas. So I'll show you guys how I'm going to do that as well. So basically just oxtails with rice and peas is going to be my recipe for today, guys. So I do my rice a little bit different. Still straight. I still wash it. Let me see, where is my, I should have gotten this out. Give me just a moment, guys. My strainer so that I can rinse my rice. Trying to get here. I've done the dishes, so my rack is a little bit full with dishes, but I needed to get my strainer here. Measuring cup. And you always want to go one cup of rice to 2 cups of water. So I'm going to get 1 cup of rice, and I use parboiled rice. So it's just me, so I don't need, a big gigantic pot of this, but I'm gonna fix it enough to last me a couple days. So There we go with 1 cup of rice, and I'll just top it off just like that. Okay, we got 1 cup of rice here. I'm gonna pour it in my strainer, and I'm going to rinse my rice off, wash it basically until the water doesn't run cloudy anymore and it runs clear, and I've rinsed off most of the starch in the rice. I'm going to rinse that off a bit. And I do my rice a little bit different than most people do, because I just love flavor in everything I eat, and I love to feed my immune system with everything I eat practically. And the one thing I learned from my grandmothers, both of them, was to cook with garlic and onions in every meal if you can. So, and those are the 2 main things that I found that helps keep my immune system running right and healthy, is onions and garlic. Fresh onions and garlic, not just that stuff they put in jars and cans, the fresh garlic chopped up in. So my water has run clear now. I'm gonna let the water drain. And in this pot back here on the stove, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. I'm gonna turn on both of my eyes to a medium high. I'm gonna put a little olive oil in the pot here for the rice, and a little bit here in this pot here for my oxtails. And I'm gonna let that olive oil melt a bit. I also infuse my olive oil with rosemary and oregano and thyme, whatever herbs I have. I always get my extra virgin olive oil and infuse those herbs in my bottle, fresh herbs in the bottle. But here's what I like to do, guys, this is the pot I'm going to use for my rice, and I got the olive oil in there heating up a bit. What I like to do is, if you guys can see, I'm going to pull the camera over here a little bit more. I have some garlic chopped here. I got the thyme there. I'm gonna chop up this onion. Got the carrots going in with the oxtail, and this little bit of sweet pepper. Oh, and the main daddy. I keep these in the freezer so they don't go bad right away. Those are habaneros. They use scotch bonnet peppers in Jamaica, but these are cousins, so I'm gonna use one of those. I won't cut it. It will just simmer with the oxtail. But I'm gonna go ahead and add my, I can see my olive oil getting warm here in the pot for the rice, so I'm just gonna add a little pinch of the garlic to the pot, and I'm gonna let that get fragrant for about a minute or so. And I'm gonna just swirl around. I'm gonna add a little bit more olive oil here to the pan for the oxtail, because they're going to go in there shortly. Oh yeah, guys, and I'm going to add a little bit of apple cider vinegar to my oxtail. What I use to wash my oxtails is also what Jamaicans use, and that is white vinegar. And I also use a lemon. I cut a lemon in half and squeeze the lemon juice in there. And I use white vinegar. So I use this to pretty much wash off and clean all of my meat, chicken, oxtails, pork chops, whatever it is. I use the white vinegar to clean my meat. So the I can smell the garlic. Too bad there isn't smell-o-vision. So I can smell the garlic. So now I'm gonna go ahead and grab that strainer of rice from the sink and draining. Dump it in with the garlic. And I'm gonna take a handy dandy wooden spoon here. So that don't drop. And I'm gonna go ahead and mix that rice in with the garlic. Okay, and since I'm using coconut milk, I'm going to substitute this. It should be a complete cup. Let me shake this up a bit on the top of the lid. There we go. And so I'm just going to use my cup. So this is going to go into the rice. And so will a cup of water. Okay, and a cup of water is going to go in there. I'm also going to add a couple sprigs of thyme to my rice. Stir that one more time. I'm going to put the lid on the rice. Goes on the rice. We'll let that get pumped up, and then we'll add in the gunga peas. Now on to our wonderful oxtails. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those all sauteed. The oxtails, and I'm gonna turn the down just a bit so that they don't, I don't want them to cook, I just pretty much want them to brown first. So as you can see, they're all nice and marinated, and you can see the marinade down there in the bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in there. I got some nice size ones, so it's not a bad bag of oxtails, package of oxtails. It's just that you should be able to get 2 of these, 16 bucks. 2 packs like this for 16 bucks. But go ahead and place them all in the pot here. And I usually use a big pot like that blue pot that's on the stove there when I have more than meat to just eat. But it's just me, so I think we should go ahead and just fix this for me for dinner tonight. And so you can see the marinade that they were marinating in there. We got some peppers, it's some habanero, some onion, some scallion or green onions as they call them here. But that's what's in there, and that's going to go in the pot shortly as well. But we're going to let those go ahead and brown. And I'm going to go ahead and put up my scallions for later. And then I have a nice little cutting board set, as you guys can see here, where I have my little stainless steel bowls here, just big enough to hold my spices and my onions and things that I'm going to cut up. So I'm going to cut up some scallions here, just using the kitchen shears. Just using the kitchen shears here. Getting those all cut up. And I like to save these little white ends with the roots coming out of them, because I just plant them in some dirt and they go right back. And I have more scallions, so I pretty much don't throw away nothing if I don't have to. If it has roots growing out of it, I just replant them in some water or some dirt in a pot and regrow them. I literally have a garden in front of my sliding doors here in my dining area with the curtains open, sunlight. So I'll put these in my little pot that I have there for my scallions that I'm growing. I'll do that shortly. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Put my sweet pepper up real quick. I'm being lazy. I usually have my knife just over on the other counter, so these seasons work just fine. These kitchen shears, I use them pretty much for everything. Okay, so we got green peppers cut out, and I do need a knife. I do need my handy dandy knife. Go ahead and just cut up enough onion. Something else I love a lot of is onion, so I use a lot of onion. I've been cutting them up so long, for so many years. I don't cry or hide already. I used to, but been doing it so long now, it doesn't even matter. Okay. Those are cut up nicely, and I'll put those in with the bowl with the green peppers, or the sweet peppers. Go ahead and turn over the oxtails on another side so that they can brown on that side. Let you guys see what they're doing. And let them go too long, or that browning sauce will start to get dark. So that's kind of what they're looking like now. Just getting all browned up here. Yeah. Okay. Doing his boiling thing there. Let that boil for another 5 minutes on the rice, and then I'm going to add in my Gouda peas. Some people would remove their oxtails from the pan to saute their vegetables, but my pan is pretty big and deep here, so I can pretty much move my oxtails over to the side so that they can continue to brown while I saute the vegetables, which will include the onion and sweet pepper. Carrots, cut up scallion or green onions, and I just want to give them a little toss in the olive oil that the oxtails have been browning in. And we'll go ahead and add in the rest of this garlic. And I chopped up about 3 cloves of garlic, so maybe about 2.5 cloves went into the oxtails, and then that other little pinch was probably like a half a clove of garlic that went into the rice. But yeah, I kind of just saute the veggies a little bit in with the oxtails. Get those going. Get all nice and seasoned. And then, after the veggies get a little sauteed, which they are, you see the onions and the peppers getting a little brown. Then I want to go ahead and add in the little marinade. So we're gonna sprinkle that all over everything. And I will be adding water to this bowl to rinse it, but also adding that water to the pot. So I'm just, I just gotta prop my camera up here so that I can be hands-free again. Okay, so I'm gonna just get all of this out with water. Push it around, make sure I get it all. Get all that seasoning, so pretty much fill it up with the water. And then just go ahead and add it to the pot. Add a little bit more water, even though the bowl is clean. I want to get it close to covering the and so we're gonna cover with a lid with the oxtails. We're gonna cover that with a lid for the oxtails. And the rice is doing its thing. So now I want to go ahead and clean the top off of this can because I don't know where it's been or what's been on it. And go ahead and open the can of gunga peas. Like I said, I don't care for the juices that they have them soaking in, so I kind of just pour them in the strainer I should say, not the drainer. Pour them on it and go ahead and open the can of gunga peas. Like I said, I don't care for the juices that they have them, and open the can of gunga peas.